What up, y'all? Welcome back to 1UPmang Game Reviews. Gonna go ahead and review Blue Fire, which came out on Switch about a week ago. And if you haven't heard of it, it is a 3D adventure platformer game, very similar to kind of a mixture of like The Legend of Zelda. I would say many Zeldas. I would say primarily with Wind Waker influence. Definitely some Dark Souls, definitely some, I would even say Metroid, and even Super Mario, believe it or not. And you play as small ninja-like humanoid who has a mask on and he carries dual-wielded blades. And this is your main way of attacking as you're crawling through different areas of this castle-like dungeon. And you do also have abilities like spells, which we'll get into later. But you're traversing through this castle-like environment, which is basically the setting for this whole civilization. Within the overworld, there are statues which are very similar to Greek and Renaissance, medieval type of structures that have these orbs around them called voids, which where most of the gameplay takes place as you go through these void sections, which are areas where you jump from one place to another in different ways while doing parkour techniques, collecting these different orbs, and you make it all the way to the end. You make it all the way to the end. You've completed the void, and you go back to the basic overworld structure, and you continue to go on exploring the overworld. And you'll complete different missions when you run into different characters and villagers who live in the environment. Though you can collect ore for different upgrades when you kill enemies, different power-ups, jewels for purchasing, which you'll find throughout dungeons, and you can use these to expand your weaponry and get other unlockables. So as I said, most of your fighting abilities coming from the dual blades, but you do have other options to use, like casting fire charms, which casts fire from a distance where you can hit enemies. You also got a blue orb that goes around you, which is a shield. You also different cloaks, blades, and gloves that have different abilities, different stats, different abilities like climbing on walls or gliding on walls. So lots of different types of abilities like that. So it's a mixture of a couple different ways of fighting, and it really keeps you on your toes, and just seeing what the next thing you'll unlock or what ability you'll unlock next is a lot of fun, and a big reason and a big appeal as to why I've been playing so much of this game. Now we're looking at a cell-shaded third-person view type adventure platforming game. Very reminiscent of, as I said, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, that cell shading style. It's a very mythical, mysterious environment. They do very well with using darker colors, darker tones to really offset the just the environment in the game world that you're encountering. Everything here, from the sound design to the graphics to the gameplay, it seems very, very deliberate, obviously, and it's made in this very specific way to build a world and make it very unique and different experience, but at the same time bringing a lot of action and mystery to the overall gameplay. Now, mentioning the sound design, it's very creepy. It's got a lot of fantasy, medieval-esque elements. Very sparing music, but it's always in the background. It really sets the mood. And a lot of the style and the dark elements of this game also reminds me of the Rayman series. Specifically, the one I played, Rayman 2, The Great Escape, for, the one I played it for was for the N64. And honestly, I haven't seen as much creativity in many games since that Rayman 2 experience that I had, and I still love Rayman to this day as one of my favorite characters. Rayman for Smash, but in all seriousness, the unique game design, unique character design looks and reminds me a lot of Rayman 2, which had a lot of unique looking type characters. So I really like where the direction of the character design and the sound design here, with you using your weapons. It really feels heavy, when you're using your abilities. You're using your swords, you're using running, from platform to platform, there's a lot of very realistic sounds, which adds to the tone of making it more serious game. Now, this is a very slow burn storyline for a game like this. If you're into platformers, if you're into action-heavy games, dark games, Ninja Gaiden, if you're a Ninja Gaiden fan, or if you're into any sort of ninja or parkour type games, Zelda, Mario fans, Dark Souls fans, Metroid fans, I really think all these types of fans would really get on board with a game like this and really appreciate what they've brought to the table as far as just experience overall here. Now, I would recommend this game to most gamers, or any gamer that's into those things. Any age for for the most part, I would say. Some of the lighting, visual effects, even the sound design, and the overall audio could be a little intense for maybe younger players. But I would say, I mean, if they're playing games like Zelda or Dark Souls, or Call of Duty, for example, this is something that they should have no problem with. But I would say it is a challenge. The platforming sections in particular are a challenge. Never too difficult, but it really they throw a lot of different variables when it comes to the abilities, the platforming, the spell casting. All these things really make it a very unique and diverse game to just do a lot in and explore. And I think you'll end up having a really good time with this, and just uncovering how the story unfolds. Now, I don't know if this is, I saw this initially through one of the indie showcases through Nintendo, so I know this initially was a timed exclusive, so I don't know if it's still just on the Switch, but I've got it on the Switch here, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's only about 20 bucks, and for what you pay, I think you get a lot out of it. I mean, it's not necessarily breaking any new ground, but I think it brings a lot of great elements from different games, and kind of puts them into this type of game, which, again, I think it's just a fun experience to throw on and just go for as long as you can, and see what you come up with, and see what kind of story unfolds, to just have the experience of something like this fantasy action RPG game that I would imagine is doing really well with the critics reviews, and indie fans, I'm sure, will love this game. Any Switch fans, action adventure, again, I think if these are games that fall into what you like to play, I think this could be a really great experience, and I think everyone should check it out. And I think we've got something here. I don't know if there would be a sequel to something like this, but I definitely see the creators of this game creating something very similar, maybe a spiritual successor. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have played the game. Let me know what you think about my review of it. Please drop a comment down below. If you please like the video, check out more of my content. I've got a lot of videos up. If you want to share this, please do share it. I do plan on doing more streams here in the future, and this is a game that I think is a great start, and just a fresh start to the 2021 year. Again, guys, this is 1UPmang. Please follow me on Twitter at 1UPmang, and I will catch you guys on the next review. Look out for my Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury review, which will be coming out very soon, within the next few weeks. Other than that, thanks a lot again for your support, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later!